Okay, guys, welcome to our virtual arcade. So I hope you guys are excited about being able to see each other's games and give some reviews today. And it's really important that you watch this entire video so that you can make sure that you submit everything correctly. We've had probably the biggest problem with all of my assignments in this distance learning is students just not following instructions and not submitting in the correct manner. So I'll detail everything here. I know you're like, oh, 7 minutes of listening to Twining blab, but you need to be able to watch to the end because I'm going to go over everything that you need to do. So hopefully you've gone to Canvas already and you've clicked on the video, and that's why you're here. But this is the page. Right now, it'll be changed in a little bit because I'm going to add this video to it. But these are the instructions of what you have to do. You're going to be creating a Google Doc to be able to share your game with everyone else and to be able to look at everyone else's games to be able to review them and give them some feedback on how well they did. So the first thing you're going to need to do is click on this link down here. It's going to take you to a shared folder. I've made the settings on this folder so that anyone with the link can edit the folder. So don't delete the folder, just click on it. And then what you can do once you get into the folder, you're going to notice that it's mostly empty except for my example submission. And I put this in here so that you guys can see kind of what I'm expecting and what I want you to have. So let me get rid of that tab there. So we double click on this example submission. This one I've set to only be viewed. You can change all of your settings for how you share stuff in Google Drive, which is really helpful to know how to do. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So for this assignment, you need to submit your video game here in Google Docs where all of your classmates can see it. Then you need to review and play others' games and leave them a review. So the example here says my game is here, and then you're going to put the link to your game, and then please leave your name and a review. Thank you. Make a nice little table where people can put their name, put their period, and put the review. Because I'm having both of my Exploring Tech classes participate in this arcade, so you may get reviews from people who are not in your class. And you may also be able to see games of people who are not in your class. So keep that in mind, and that's why I put the period here, so that I, as the teacher, can be able to keep track of who's actually doing the work and giving reviews and receiving reviews. You have to review at least 2 other people's games, and you have to receive at least 2 reviews. So you need to make sure that your game is available for people to look at, and you've published it correctly. So if you'll check this out, this is my example. So if you just click on this link, it's not going to take you there instantly. You have to click the actual link here, and then it will load up Mr. T's Labyrinth. And this is the example that I showed for the submission video on how to submit stuff and get through. And so then you've got the 10 seconds, and you can move around and try to get to the end of the maze and be able to win the game like that. So really simple. I did it in about 15 minutes. Hopefully your game, since you had 3 class periods to work on it, over a week and a half of time, you were able to come up with something a little more complicated and a little better than that. So after you're done playing someone's game, then you're going to back in their Google Doc. You're going to actually put your name and the period and what it is that you thought about it. I give some more of those instructions here that it talks about making sure that you are saying the game was cool is not very helpful feedback. Tell them why it is cool. If the game stunk, tell them what they could do to make it better. And so how are you going to create your thing? You're going to click on this. It's going to take you to the drive. You need to make your own document. So you're going to click on New, and you're going to make a Google Doc. And you want to create it in the shared folder so that other people can see it. And then you want to make sure that you title it with your name. So that other people know that it's yours. If you're uncomfortable putting your first name and last name on Google Drive, just keep in mind that the only people seeing this are people in my class and people who are in a Granite District. But if you're still uncomfortable, you can just put your first name. That's fine. So we can just say Mr. Mr.'s Game. And then in that Google Doc, you're going to say, here's my amazing game. And you're going to put the link that is produced when you publish. So on here, this is the link up here. You can do that one. Or if you're in the arcade.makecode, and you click on your game, and then remember you're going to hit the publish button. So this is the tutorial. It's a little different than the regular game, but if you're going to do that, then you're going to click on share here, and we want to publish my project, and then I'm going to copy that link, and that's what I'm going to put in my Google Doc that I'm creating. And then you're going to insert in a table. So you're going to insert table, and you're going to make it 3 columns, as many rows as you think people are going to review. Go ahead and click, inserts that table, and then you're going to put name, period, and review. I resized this just because period doesn't really need that much room. You can resize it just a little bit so they have more room to give you feedback and give you that review. And so then as soon as you're done with this, then you're done with the first part. You can go back to the drive, go back to the folder, and you can see your thing is now here. And so then as the day progresses, more and more games will be appearing. You can come back the next day if you want to give your reviews kind of the day after, and you can do that as well. So that you can have a bigger variety of games to choose from when you're giving your reviews. And hopefully these reviews will give you some valuable feedback on what you can maybe do if you want to continue working with your game and making it better, and having some more adventures in Makecode Arcade. So that is how to set up this assignment for today. And really excited to see you guys being able to play each other's games and giving each other feedback, and continuing to have fun with this particular unit.